And we are back for Terrific Terry Thursday after a pretty, I'd say, solid hump day at Keeneland yesterday. Terry's best bet coming home on top. I think I had that late pick four paid, I don't know, $260 or something along those lines. And I think most of the bets I put out there won too. So pretty profitable day overall. Is that correct, Terry?
It is, absolutely. I was really happy with the day.
Good. Well, if you're happy with what we do here, folks, of course, you can always hit the like button. You can hit the share, hit the subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts about Aqueduct or any other place in the world where you are making some ideas, some bets on horse racing or sports or whatever it is that you endeavor. Let us know about it. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions in the comment section, hit us up. Let us know about that. Of course, as always, we here have free picks available at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. If you're down in the Lone Star State where everything is bigger, today the free picks, I think it's opening day at Lone Star Park. So right there, Lone Star Park, race number 1, a maiden special weight with knock knock joke. Do you have a knock knock joke to share, Terry?
No, not really.
Well, hopefully you got some cash yesterday, Don Johnson. We had a pretty solid day with our thoughts. So our thoughts today move to the Big Apple. Take a bite of the Big Apple. Don't mind the maggots, as Mick Jagger said. Race number 1, Terry, what's it all about?
It's a 1 mile race. It's a maiden claiming $20,000 claiming price, $32,000 purse for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, an Aqueduct is a 1-turn mile, not a 2-turn mile. So many times those races act more like sprints than they do routes. And we do see that to be the case. Early speed does the best. 23% of the time, the horses win wire to wire. Outside posts do better than inside posts, Terry. So we're looking for some outside speed in race number 1, 1,000 simulations to see who might have the most early octane and who might that be?
Well, actually, it's the inside post. The one horse shows a lot of speed, followed up by the outside horse, which is the number 6. So it just depends, I think.
Yeah, and when looking at these maiden races, you want to know who's proven they have a chance to hit par or maybe have already, Terry, and only one so far has crossed that hurdle.
Yeah, number 4 has done either equaled or exceeded the 75 speed rating for this race. So,
and any others today that look like they can do it based upon our simulations?
Yeah, the 3 looks like it will, along with the 4, equal or exceed the speed par race for today.
Yeah, last time out, only the one horse showed pace improvement in the beginning, the middle, and the end, almost a sign always of a horse that's getting in better shape. The 4 horse had better early pace and better early fractions. It is your only class dropper. You see that here. The 3 horse today making its second career start, and with typical second race improvement, it could see its speed figure go as high as 85 again, 75 being the threshold here. So get above that. And second race improvement. Terry, it looks like the 6 horse is the one that's lined up with the jockey and trainer.
Absolutely got the best combination for this race.
Here we see our race shape. The 2 wants to be on the lead. The 3 and 4 want to close. So far, the 1 and 6 have not been within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Get to the front. In this scenario, you got a good chance, Terry. The horses that are here, it looks like 2 of them are going to be really comfortable with the way this race takes shape.
Yeah, the 1 and 2 look like this is a really good race for them to feel comfortable in.
And the way the comfort zone works is we take the early pace, and then we map out the race and see how likely today's race will mirror their best performances. So 95% chance the 1 and 2 will like the way today's race goes. The 3 horse in that debut ran the last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. Over here, the 1 horse does have a lot more early speed, Terry, about 2 lengths, because every 5 points equals 2 lengths. So that horse should be the one on the lead on the rail. Top total pace, there's only 5 horses in this race, Terry, but the speed looks like it might dip off. Nonetheless, who are your picks to get us cracking here?
Well, I like the 3 Kyle's mom. She finished 3rd in her only start at Aqueduct. She has a high percentage winning trainer, and the trainer wins 22% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route, and she has a high percentage winning jockey Number 4, Looking for Ginny, is my second choice. Finished third versus Tougher in her last race. Drops in class today. Her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 6 of my third choice. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 26% of the maiden claiming races. He has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey as well. The 1 is my long shot, can improve in the second start since her layoff, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 3 horse, Kyle's Mom 2. Second race improvement. That horse could run by these pretty easily. Looking for Ginny, the morning line favorite. Co-favorites right now on the board. Drops in class, as we did point out, had better early pace, better fractions last out. I'm going to go with the 1 horse, Aerialist. Maybe too much of an early speed advantage. And if the horse ever forgets to stop, could go wire to wire. Then Luminique, the 6 horse, debut in its first up race, were the best of its career. You got a first up race much like that here today, dropping in class, but man, those workouts are really kind of dull. I'm going to go off the board a little bit on my money. I think this day of racing is pretty hard to find value. So I'm going to take a shot on that 1 horse, getting to the lead and keeping it, or maybe just getting nailed at the wire with a $2 exact key box 1 with all. And this is a case where you actually do have a chance to get in there. Tell me about your best bet. You have 1, but 3 on top. Well, I have the 1 there, just explain there, because I think there's a shot the 1 can go off at a price and go wire to wire. This day is very difficult to find value, I feel like, because a lot of very short-priced horses could come home. So I'm just kind of looking at the races where you maybe have a chance to make a profit on an upset. Race 2, Terry, we'll hustle through race 2 because race 1's about to get running in a few minutes. So what are the conditions for the second spot?
All right, going to stretch out a little more to 1 1/8. It's a maiden race, $80,000 purse for maidens and fillies 3-year-olds and upward.
Yeah, we have, I think, 2 1 1/8 miles races today. And this one, early speed, 40%, nearly 38 out of 100, go wire to wire. There's a rail bonus for donor advised, a 2 to 5 favorite. Case in point, Don. 2 and 3 play fair, 4 through 7, a discount, 8 and out are fair. Terry, real quick, just highlight some of the important things for race number 2 in our data sheet, and then we'll make our picks.
All right. Well, it's almost looks like it's anyone's race to get that quarter pole first, as several of them has some speed there. And as far as the par plus numbers, the 1 and the 6, the rail horse and the outside horse, both have equaled or exceeded the par speed number for this for today's race. And then the 1, 6, and 4 have a really good chance to do the same thing today. As far as comfort zones go, the 2 has a really nice figure there. It looks like it can be very comfortable. 1 has the best jockey, 6 has the best trainer, and I think the 6 is the best jockey trainer combination. So, and then you've got an overlay on the 2 from 9 to 1 to 15 to 1, which is pretty nice.
And the 4, 30 to 1 to 2 to 1. That's a pretty big one.
4 2. Yeah.
Second race, par ability for the 1 horse can run up to 96. Did also have the top last race speed figure in its debut. Could be tough to beat today, Terry. That's probably why it's 2 to 5. You took a shot to beat him, so tell me why.
All right. Well, I like the 6, Cheryl's Delight. She ran second versus 7 in her last race. Her best start speed is fastest among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. A lot of boxes marked off. Number 1, donor advice. She ran second versus in her only start, and the rail post is winning a 22% clip. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer too. Number 3, That's Funny, finished third versus similar in her last race. The distance offers hope for improvement, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then the 5 is my long shot, Stand the Rain, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play a 50-cent Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4, 1, 3, 5, 6 with the 3, 5 with the 1, 8, 2, 4, 5 with the 3, 5, 7. I believe that's a $48 ticket.
So real quick, donor advised, the 1 horse, as I mentioned, second race improvement, puts it at the doorstep of stakes race ability. Going to be really low-priced horse. Cheryl's Delight, the 6 horse, my next selection, has a par race along with the 1, and it is the only class dropper in the field. The 4 horse, Sim, one of the Sim favorites, Huge overlay. I got to take a crack at 30-1 odds. And then finally, the 2-horse Lucky for You. It does have a potential on here to be a lone E-horse. Could be up on the lead. Another one of those horses that could get out to the front and not stop. I'm going to do a pick 4, 1, 4, 6, 1, 5, 1 with the 1A, 2, 4, 5, and then a 2, 3, 5. I think that's $36. Because with some really low-priced horses, you might end up losing money even though you won your bet. Race number 1 is off, and it is running right now. And as it stands, the 1-horse has indeed gotten to the lead, but boy, is he running rank. That head is all over the place, Terry. Jockey's fighting that horse like crazy to come on, settle down. So I got a feeling he's going to go out in some pretty hot fractions. The running is not smooth at all. I think the jockey's finally got him to settle down a little bit, but that horse is absolutely excited to be out on the track today. It's kind of funny, actually, right? Well, he didn't run all that fast. He ran in 24 seconds, so it's really not overly quick.
No,
but he's starting to he's just really bounding funnily, if you ask me, Terry.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's still up on the lead there. He's not really asked him to go yet, but he is running like way wide up on the track. I think he would have had a chance to do all right if he didn't run so funny right from the get-go. Do you know what I mean? The 3-horse is going to run by all these horses, Terry. Although the 4-horse, he's looking like he's going to get into the mix as well. He's coming the best. Yeah, the 1-horse is backed out to dead last. The 2-horse is down on the rail. Let's see how it goes here. Yep, the 3-horse is up on the lead there. I think the question might not be if he wins. The question might be how much does he win by. But he's really not. He's not really digging in and taking off. It looks like the 4-horse on the outside is going to get him here at the end. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to go 4-3, and then I think the 6. 4-3-6-2. 4-3-6-2 Exotic Cat. I think the 1-horse, yeah. I mean, he was. If you watch that race, he was really rank. Had he been a little bit less rank, he might have been able to hold that off there, right?
Yeah, and I think they should shorten him up and run him at a lot shorter distance.
I think he just needs some more workouts or something because he was really ranked there jumping around. Like maybe he needs something to calm him down before he runs. I don't know. Maybe they got to move him to like Colorado and those legal states and give him some gummies before he goes out to run. Race number 3, Terry, is next on our itinerary. Another 1-mile affair.
Yep, shortening up a little bit to a mile. Claiming race, $40,000 claiming price. Purse $44,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
So at a mile, again, that 1-turn mile over here at Aqueduct. You're looking for horses that have some early pace, preferably horses that are on the outside because the speed there does dominate with about, 23%, 1 out of 4 going wire to wire. In the 3rd race, Terry, anybody on the outside with some speed? Looks like it's in the middle there.
Not really. It's an inside horse. The 3-horse has got the most speed, as you can see there, and it got quite a bit of speed. They all show a little speed, though.
And as far as horses that, I think just 1 horse in here that's hit the par number so far.
Yeah, that's that 5 has hit the par number, either equaled or exceeded the speed par number for this race.
And only looking like 2 of them today with a chance to do it again.
Yeah, the 5 and the 6 show that they can, especially that 5.
Yeah, and the 5 and the 6 and the 4, right? That's the best odds it looks like you're going to get.
Yeah, I think so. Excuse me. The 4, has got an overlay from 8-1 to 15-1, and then the 6 has an overlay from 5-2 to 8-1, and the 5 has a very small overlay. So,
again, here we go. The 1-horse in this race, the only one moving up in class. Most of the others moving down. The 6-horse flat. The 1-horse, better pace across the board, better fractions. Almost always a sign of a horse coming into form. Terry, again, we see like 1 horse in here dominating the jockey trainer stats.
Yeah, that's that 5-horse that has the best jockey and trainer combination for this race, I believe.
Yeah, everybody in this race, despite it being a mile, wants to be middle forward. 3 pilots, 2 co-pilots in here, Terry. So of the pilots and co-pilots, well, it looks like these are the 3 here with the best chance to see a race today that looks a lot like their top performances.
That's right. That 1, 3, and 4 all have pretty equal comfort zone figures, and they'll probably be very comfortable running in this race.
The 5-horse Holton has a 6-point speed figure advantage. Again, if you're new, Andy Beyer, the godfather of speed figure, says anything that is 3 points or better, you have to keep an eye out on that horse. It's also our top total pace horse in here. Usually the top 4 produces the winner. And I mean, there's only 5 horses in this race. Another handicapping angle that we've learned from Stephen Fielder, who's won a lot of those horse racing handicapping contests. In 5-horse fields, you take the horse with the longest odds. Looks like that might be the one, Terry. Any chance the one wins race number 3?
Well, I think he has a small chance, but I like the 5 over the 1, the Hooten, or whatever. He finished 3rd versus Tougher in his last race. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 3 as my second choice, has a high percentage winning trainer. And this trainer wins 18% of the claiming races that he has a horse running in, and he has a high percentage winning jockey as well. Broderick, that one you referred to. He won his last race at Aqueduct, and he likes the distance. Incantation, the 6, as my long shot has shown that he can win at Aqueduct, and he likes the distance. And no additional bets for me here.
The 5-horse is that top total speed figure, 6 points better than everybody else. The only horse that's hit par in the race. All of the others get a no. Usually there's a maybe. Number 1, Broderick, as I pointed out, all of the race internals last time out were better. Maybe that horse is coming to form. If it can rerun its last race, it could make it 2 wins in a row. Sorority Pranked is going to be your likely pace setter in here. In the money, 7 out of 8 at the distance. Again, another one of those horses with a strong C-zone. And then Incantation, best chance if he gets forward. Good chance to get forward in a short field today. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go with the longest shot on the board, Broderick, with a $1, $2 exact, the key box, 1 with all, and hope that this time around the 1 doesn't come out running like it's on ice with its feet all over the place. You ever see like when you put like mittens on a dog's feet and they're not used to them, how they walk?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that 1 horse looked like in that first race when it was running. Like it was
sure did
mittens on there, right? All right. Let's go on to race number 4. 8 races today at Aqueduct. Another day where I feel like we're stealing because we're used to doing 10 at parks. But anyway, Terry, race number 4.
Well, we're going to shorten up to 7 furlongs. Claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, $44,000 purse for 4-year-olds and upward.
So 7 furlongs, much like a mile. It's a 1 turn. Is it a sprint? Is it a route? It's a tweener race. But there's no doubt that horses that get to the front, again, have a great chance to win at the Aqueduct 7 furlong distance, 35%. Gate to wire types, there is a rail bonus. Number 2 and 3 get a discount. 4 through 7 play fair. 8 and out get a discount. Again, speed being a big factor in race number 4, Terry. So let's start there with who's got the most of it.
Well, that 5 has the most speed in here, followed up by the 2 and the 1. But I think the 5 has enough speed to outbreak those 2 horses and get to that quarter pole first.
Although recent pace says that the 1 and 2 might have an edge on the 5, but we'll see. Does look in here, Terry, like unlike the last race, we got a few more contenders that can hit par here.
Yeah, the 2, 4, 5, and 1A look in the past have equaled or exceeded the par plus number for this race. And then as far as who can do it today, again, the ones that have the best chance, I believe, the 1A, 4, and 1.
You see a pretty good solid number there. A whole lot of horses dropping in class here today, with the 1 horse being the biggest class dropper, moving down about 1.5 lengths. It's a pretty sizable drop in class there, Terry. As far as our horses, our race shape in here, again, most of the horses middle back should favor horses that get to the front. That's the 5, the 2, and the 1. You see they're right here in this mix as well. Should be right where they want to be. Of those, Terry, any of them that have a great chance to get a good race?
Well, it looks like to me that the 1 has the best chance. I mean, it has the best figure, but all of them show that they do. But that 1 probably be the most comfortable in this race.
Yeah, we're usually looking for a score of about 50% or better, although it doesn't always work out that way, right? The best laid plans of mice and men. Once again, Terry, another race where it looks like there's 1 horse where the connections stand out.
Yeah, that 2 has the best jockey trainer combination for this race as far as I'm concerned, and the way the data looks.
So of the early races, race 4 might be the one that has the most wide openness to it. Right here are our top 4 total pace horses. Again, 70% coming out of here. If you're looking for late speed, you see right here, these are the 4 that'll be coming out at the end. We'll see if that matters or not, Terry. But we do know what matters is your picks for race number 4.
Yeah, I like the 2. I can't pronounce that, so I'm not even.
I'm going to say Neuschwanstein. What it means, I have no idea.
Well, he won his last race at Aqueduct, and he switches to a high percentage winning trainer, has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 4 Tetsu drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and this trainer wins 26% of the claiming races he has a horse competing in. I like the 5. My third choice drops in class today, has a high speed figure at today's distance. He has a high percentage winning trainer as well. And then the 1A Brew Pub is my long shot. He finished 3rd versus Tupper in his last race, drops in class today. His best start speed is fast among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Look at all those boxes he marks off. No additional bets.
4 horse, Tetsu. I'm going to take that one with a little edge. Should be better in the second start after a layoff. And when he's close, should be close today. He wins, usually. Anyway. Number 2, the hard-pronounced German name, Neuschwanstein, whatever. Highly consistent performer that tends to pair top performances, and last time out was his top performance. I think either of the 1 or the 1A's got a good shot to win here, Terry, so I'll put him in there. But I think the distance has been the Achilles heel for both. And then Abandon, the 5 horse, that one gets my final call. Good chance to be the pace setter in here today. The last race was a little better than it looks, with quicker early fractions. Again, I think this is one of those races where maybe you might catch some value. So I'm going to go a trifecta box with the 1, 2, 4, and 5 and hope some of the odds work in my favor. Second half of the card starts with the Race of Death. Usually the Race of Death, I give it that name because it ends the early pick 4, begins the late pick 4. You got to win this one if you want to win them both, Terry. And what are they running for?
6 furlongs, claiming race $32,000, a purse $54,000 for 4-year-olds and upward.
6 furlongs, speed, speed, speed. The theme of the day today with 43%. Richard Petty, that's the biggest 43 with speed I've ever heard of. Go wire to wire. Outside does better than inside. 8 gets a bonus. Most of the other positions are close to fair. So 8 and out, they do really well. Do we have a Buffalo Girl in race number 5, Terry, that has a lot of speed?
No, it's really the inside horse. That 2 has the most speed here, as you can see.
Yeah, it does look like it's a little bit quicker than all of the rest in here. And all of them, Terry, shown that they can hit par.
That's correct. They do.
And all of them show they can do it again, but it does look like one has a better chance than all of the rest to really come close.
Yeah, that 3's got the best figures as far as trying to equal the par plus speed number for this race.
And then also that 3 looks like only overlay in the group.
It is, yeah. It's a 4 to 5 to like 2 to 1.
Yeah, so if it goes off at 4 to, if it goes off any more than 4 to 5, you got a pretty good deal there. A lot of the horses showing improvement last time out. Only a couple with little better fractions. Everybody but the 4 dropping in class, with the 3 and the 7 gunning. Your biggest class droppers in there, Terry. This time around, you got a few choices with jockey trainers.
You sure do. You've got the 7 shows the best jockey. The 5 shows the best trainer. But I think the 7's the best jockey trainer combination. Although, it's really kind of hard to look at several in there.
Got a little bit of a mush race in here. Everybody wants to be in the middle, except for the 4. It wants to close. But it does look like of all of those, Terry, the closer might find this race the most favorable.
Yeah, the 4 shows like it's going to be the most comfortable in this race, so that's the way it goes.
Yeah, the 3, couple of different advantages. The top last race speed figure, it is your simulation odd favorite. Should be right on the lead. Has the most late speed, by about 1.5 lengths, and also the most total pace in here, by almost 2 lengths. So it looks to me across the board, Terry, from our simulations, the 3 horse is the one to beat, maybe the most likely favorite on the card today, which you might get a decent price on. Is that the one you think is going to win?
I do. I like the 3 as he likes Parks Racing. He's finishing the money 80% of the races here that he's run in. He's won 40% of those starts. And at today's distance, he's finished in 88% of the races in the money, and he's won 50% of those start. And then I like the 5 spun and won. He won his last race at Aqueduct, and he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 26% of the main claiming races he has a horse running in. Gun it to 7. He drops in class today. His early speed running style helps his chances. So I think the shorter distance will be a good switch for him. And he has a high percentage winning jockey, and they added blinkers today. And then 2, Cold as Hell. He finished 3rd versus similar in his last race, and his early speed running style helps the chances. I'm going to play the last pick 4, Miami Vice Don Johnson, 2, 3, 5, 7 with the 5, 6 with the 1A 5 and 5 with the 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's a $48 ticket.
Mariachi, I mean, that horse should be very difficult to beat based upon everything we saw in our data sheet. On the YouTube description, if you click on the More button, you'll see a link for the data sheet if you want to go ahead and use that for Aqueduct today. We'll also timestamp all the races when the show is over, so you come back and watch them all at your leisure. Again, if you haven't done so already, a very easy way to help the show is to hit that like button, hit the share button, go about letting your friends know everything that we do here. Thumbs up, any interactivity boosts our social engine scores. So we appreciate that. So when people search, man, they might be more likely to find us. So searching for somebody that might be able to beat that 3, Terry, I agree. That's the 5 horse. Next on my list, Spun and Won. Did show better early pace, better fractions last time out. Let's see if that improvement can continue to today. Number 2, Cold as Hell. Thankfully, that part of the Chicago seasons is most likely behind us. This one, Terry, could be the pace setter. Has a couple of maintenance workouts between races to help that late race stamina. And then 7, Gun It. He's pushed for the lead when Manny Franco is riding and then faded in most of his races. I think he'll push for the lead. He might fade again, but cutting back from 7 furlongs to 6 furlongs today could be a difference maker. Because of his propensity to fade, I went ahead and took him off of my pick 4. I went 2, 3, 5. 2, 5, 6, 1, 1A, 3, 5, 6, and then 3, 6. So I think that's what, 9 times 4. That's $36 ticket. Again, keeping it on the lower side today because I'm a bit concerned that we might get some real chalky horses in here and get low payouts.
That's right.
I'm hoping to hit one price along the way so I can get more than 36. All right, Terry, we got 3 races to go. Race number 6, we're closing in on Terry's best bet of the day. In fact, we might have a little bit of a conflict coming up in that race, but that's okay. Race 6, Terry, what are we doing here?
Well, we're going to go to 1 mile and an eighth, and it's a claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, $44,000 purse. It's for 4-year-olds and upward.
Again, it's the second race at $1 and an eighth. $1 and an eighth favors horses with, you guessed, Terry, early speed. 38 out of 100. Get the lead, keep the lead. First call winner, last call winner. Rail bonus for Hermoso Hambre. 2 and 3 play fair. 4 through 7 in discount. 8 and out are fair, Terry. So the theme remains the same in race number 6. Show me where I can find the early runners.
Well, the 5 and the 3 have pretty similar speed numbers, and I think they're going to go head-to-head to that quarter pole, each of them wanting to get that lead.
And all of them except for maybe the 8 showing that getting to that par number 87 shouldn't be a problem today.
Yeah, that's true. Although the 8 is a maybe, means it was within 2 points of doing that in the past.
Mm-hmm. Still, it looks like not much of a chance according to our simulations today.
No.
A couple of them in there weren't really strong chances.
Yeah, that 6 and 5 show the best chance of go ahead and equaling or exceeding the par speed number for today's race.
Only one overlay.
Yeah, the 2.
Yeah, some improvement. 5 a little better pace. The 2 horse here, better early pace, better fractions. We like to see that. 3 horses dropping in class. The 8 horse staying flat. Yeah, small move up in class for boss making boss moves there, Terry. Looks like, again, the 5 and the 6, the 2 with the best chance to go to par, have the best connections too.
That's right. Although I believe the 5 has the best connection as far as the trainer jockey connections in this race.
Our race shape shows the 3 and 5 want to be forward, 2, 6, and 4, 8 want to close. Those two should be forward, with more being at the back than the front. Should favor the front runners there, Terry. Either one of these three or two with a better chance to get a good good C-zone, good comfort race.
Well, the 5 shows the best numbers as far as being comfortable in this race, followed up by the 2. So,
yeah, with all these yeses and a maybe in there, and most of them in the par plus, really no big in-race advantages, perhaps other than the 5 and the 3 getting to the lead. This might be one where the top pace horses are the ones to take a look at. I don't know, Terry. It seems to me like you can just put an X through the 8. It becomes a 4-horse race. And how did you rank those 4?
well, I like the 6 as my first choice, Bold Endeavor. He brushed the gate in his last start, which I think really affected his race run, but had won the 2 previous races. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and switches to a high percentage winning jockey. The 5 Margin of Error finished 3rd versus Tupper in his last race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey. Then Boss making the boss moves. The 2 is my third choice. Won his last race at Aqueduct, can handle the distance. Number 3, Lost in Rome, is the long shot. Drops in class today, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
I put Margin of Error on top. I don't think there's much of a difference between the 5 and the 6. So I put the 5 on top because he's got a good chance to be forward in a short field. Should be better in the second start after a layoff, and also a couple of maintenance workouts to keep that Stephen Covey saw sharp. Bold Endeavor is our simulation favorite, is dropping in class, the biggest class dropper, as a matter of fact. This is the proper distance for Bold Endeavor, as it's run there 6 times, took home the trophy in 3 of 6 with a third. It's run at other distances 42 times and only 7 wins. So a horse for the 1 1/8 miles course. And number 2, Boss making boss moves, did show better fractions last time out. 3rd start after a layoff, so room to continue to get better. And then Lost in Rome, the 3-horse, that one there, Terry, better fractions at 1 mile versus 7. And since we both said to hell with the 8 and I crossed them out, probably just single that one in race number 6.
It could happen.
Yeah, well, it's not like it hasn't happened before.
No.
All right. So 2 races to go, race number 7 and 8 for the late daily double. Before we address the late daily double, Terry, once again, free picks today, an opening day at Lone Star. If you do take a monthly subscription, the Kentucky Derby Oaks and the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks wagering guide will be included. We're also going to do all of the data. We're going to make that available for the Kentucky Derby weekend. You're going to want to definitely have that to get prepped for the biggest weekend of horse racing in 2025. When the show is over, right here on the front screen, you'll see our links for our comments and picks for today's Aqueduct track, along with the race replay. Again, we'll timestamp the race replay in the description, along with a link to the data sheet. While you're here, hit the HRT gear. Last day to save 20% off everything, whether it's a number 13 hat, a number 11 hat, T-shirts. Got to get your barbecue aprons ready as the spring and summer are finally arriving in North America. Terry, what are the conditions for race number 7?
All right, so with race 7, we're going to a mile. It's an optional claiming race, $62,500 claiming price with an $84,000 purse. It's for 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won $20,000 twice, other than a maiden claiming starter or state bred allowance, or which have never won 3 races, or an optional claiming price of $62,500.
Yeah, another one of those one-turn miles where we've already mentioned a couple times. Be fast, be on the outside. You got a good shot to win if that is the pre-race setup, Terry. And here we do find a fast one on the outside.
That's right, you do. You find the 7 has the most speed, as you can see here, according to the data. So I think that 7's going to get to that quarter full first.
And almost all of them have proven they can get to or close to par.
Yeah, they have. So all of them except for the 1 and 4 have either equaled or exceeded the speed par number for last, but then the 1 and the 4 have what we call maybes. They came within 5 points of doing that in their last race.
So we've been hard fishing to find overlays in some of the other races. And again, looks like the same problem here, just 2 small overlays.
Yeah, the 3 has an overlay from 2-1 to 9-2. And then the I think that's about the only one there. Well, the 7 from 7-2 to 4-1.
Yeah, a couple of horses in here with some improvement. It looks like that 4-horse, the only one with a better pace and better fractions. Couple class droppers, 4 of them, a couple of class risers, and one that's staying flat. Terry, who's got the best jockey trainer combinations?
Well, I think the 7 is the best jockey, 3 is the best trainer, but the 5 to me is the best jockey trainer combination in this race.
In this race setup, again, most of your horses want to be middle back. Should favor the speed types. Terry, that's the 7. 3 is the EP, doesn't need the lead, but it looks like he can be a part of that pace up in here. And it looks like 2 of them in here, Terry, with a really good chance to find the liking today to the way this race will take shape.
Yeah, I think the 5 and the 1 will find that this is a very comfortable race for them. So
really no in-race advantages, although look at this late pace number on that 1 horse. That's pretty astounding. That's pretty fast. Top total pace horses in a race where perhaps you can get some value, 5, 7, 1, and 3. You got your best bet in here, Terry, in race number 7. What is it and why?
I do, and it's my best bet of the day. My best bet yesterday won and paid $7 and some change, and I'm glad that it helped out Private Ross 99. Today I'm going with leading contender, the 1A. Finished in the money in 8 races out of the last 9 starts, winning 2 of those races. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Then I like Treaty Obligation, the 5. He likes Parks Racing. He's been in the money 78% of the starts here and won 22% of those races. The distance won't cause a problem. He's been in the money 83% of the starts at today's distance and won 50% of those races. Ignite the Light, the 3, won his last race at Parks Aqueduct, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Even my 3rd choice. The long shot is Remington, the 4. He finished 3rd in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet $40 to win on the 1A, $5 exacta, 3, 4, 5 on top with the 1A running 2nd, and a $15 exacta, the 1A on top with the 3, 4, 5. That's it.
And the good news is you also get the 1 in there too. So if the 1A finishes dead last, and then you still get it if the 1 wins. So you're getting a 2-for deal. It's like a Kmart Blue Light special. I'm going to go with Magnolia Midnight, the 7-horse on the top. Outside speed does well. This horse does have lone E potential. Good chance to be out there on that front. Let's see if it can go wire to wire on the outside and live up to the track bias. I think either one of the entries could win, Terry. So I put them in 2nd place. The 3-horse Ignite the Light is my 3rd selection in there. Classic 3rd start after a layoff. This is the one that really probably scares me the most in here because it is making a 3rd start in a row for the first time in this will be its 10th race, so in its 9-race career. It paid $250,000 for this horse. So that is usually a pretty good sign that the horse has got some talent. And if you look at its race log here, you'll see here, 1 race to the bench, 2 races to the bench, 1 race to the bench, 1 race to the bench, 2 races to the bench. Today, first time ever, 3 starts in a row. That one scares the living daylights out of me. Maybe I should have made that one the win place show horse. And then finally, the 4-horse Treaty Obligation. That 5, 4 solid workouts prepping for the first race since mid-December. Big fan of the 1-mile distance. Ran it 6 times, 3 wins, and 2 seconds. I'm going to put 17 to win and 8 to place on the 7. And then a $1 trifecta box. 1, 3, should be 5, 7. I should have put them in the right order, but I didn't. How long do we have to the final? Race number 2 starts running 3 minutes. Okay, Terry. So we have 3 minutes to do race number 8. So let's do it as quickly as we can.
All right. So in race 8, we're going to go to a mile maiden claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, $36,000 purse for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward, pulled in New York State, approved by the New York State Registry.
We just talked about outside speed being the bias of the track. So let's see if we have any outside speed in race number 8 like we did in race number 7, Terry. Well, middle of the road speed.
All right. Well, you can see that the 6 has the most speed. It's not really on the outside. It's kind of in the middle of the pack. So it could get out there and get to that quarter pole first. And then as far as the horses that have been equal or exceeded in the past, the 6 and the 7 have done that. They've equal or exceeded the par speed number for the day, and they also look like the best chance to do it again today.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of horses that showed some improvement, a lot of horses with better fractions, a lot of horses dropping in class, Only the 8 horse moving up in class, a couple that are sideways, Terry. Again, that 6 horse, not only is it dominant in some of the stats, it's dominant with its jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, it is the best jockey trainer combination as far as I'm concerned here. And then as far as comfort zone, that 3 and that 1 look like they're going to be the most comfortable running this race.
Yeah, maybe the 9 could pull off an upset here if it can get out in the lead, because you have one of those races where everybody wants to be middle back. These 4 right here haven't finished within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. Although the 6 has a 14-point speed figure advantage and a 2-length late speed to early speed total pace advantage in there, Terry, how in the world does anybody beat that 6?
I don't know, but I like the 6. So I don't think anybody will. King of the Castle. He finished second in his last race, which is the high percentage winning trainer, wins 42% of the races in the first race after claiming a horse, and he has switches to a high percentage winning jockey, Gorzo. The 1 is my second choice. Finished third in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 25% of the races in the second route race a horse runs in. And then I like 7 Big Eagle, finished in 2 races out of the last 3 starts. He has an early speed running style that helps the chances. He has a high percentage winning trainer. 5 is Fines Creek, as my long shot, finished third in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. That's it for me.
Real quick, King of the Castle, all those big numbers. I think maybe finishes second, but great chance to win. Mangini, you have to put this horse in here because it's the only pure maiden special weight dropper at a high track. You cannot pass on those. Big Ego, the 7 horse that's next for me, aside from the 6, the only other horse in the race that's hit par. And then it was a tough call between the 9 and the 5 for me. I went with the 9 because all of the numbers showed a little bit more upside in the 9 than in the 5 horse. Race 2, Terry, it looks like they're all lined up and ready to go. Let's take a thanks for your time. Oh, thank you. Can't wait for Monday for Parks 2, which will segue into something else that we're going to do here in a second. Well, we'll do it right now. Tomorrow, Tom and I are going to do Randwick. We've communicated, so for sure we'll hit the Randwick button tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. That's the time to make sure you don't miss Tom and I for 4 on Fridays or next Monday and Tuesday for Parks. Not quite sure what we'll do Wednesday, but if Keeneland's still running, we'll do Keeneland. If not, it'll be Horseshoe Indianapolis. Thursday will be Aqueduct or Keeneland. We'll see. Looks like we have a little bit more interest in Keeneland than Aqueduct, so we'll really make our schedule flexible. Not sure what we'll do for 4 on Friday. You see all the links down there where our social sites are. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the follow. Tell your friends, share, comment, come back and look at the races one by one. More interactivity, the better. Race number 2, Terry, they're off. They're running. The very heavy favorite, the 1 horse, is On the Rail, has the lead, the 6 horse. The 1 horse is kind of moving up the track a little bit. That's a little bit greenish. 6 horse is keeping it company as they go through the opening turn. The 4 horse down on the rail there. The big long shot at 39-1, running in 30. Hoping that those 2 horses in front smoke each other out, as those 2 do have about a 3-length lead over the rest of the field. 4 horse still galloping along in third. The 5 horse now has decided he's not going to wait much longer to get involved. Jockey on the 4 horse asking him to keep up, but he's not. But they are closing in on the front runners there a little bit. Is the 1 and the 6 probably trying to slow things down. Opening half in 48 and 16. 5 horse continues to make some moves. The 1 horse, the 1-4 favorite. Got a lot of birds deciding. Looks like it's going to be between the 1 and the 6, Terry. The 5 horse really not making up any ground anymore. The 4 horse down on the rail. 3 horse way in the back there. I don't know what happened to the 2. Maybe he'll come late. Yeah, it's just going to be between the 1 and the 6. Nobody else is going to be able to make up that ground. I think it's going to be how much of those 2 horses run away from the field by, and down around the bend they come. The 1 horse is really being asked to switch leads. He's not going to switch leads, which is probably good for the pick 4. Though he did switch leads, and he's moved ahead of the 6 again. They are coming down. They're both tiring. The 5 horse might get a shot at him, but I think in the end, it's going to be the 1 horse. It's going to go 1, then 6. As if 1 finally switch leads, then 5. And that's the way it's going to end there, Terry.
All right.
So unfortunately, our pick 4 starts with a 1-4. I would rather have the 6 horse win At 7-2, maybe they'll disqualify the one for some interference. That would be
Well, the one did take the 6 way outside on the first turn, so, but I don't know if it's enough to bother it. So
yeah, I didn't see any contact though in there, so I don't know. All right, Terry. Well, that wraps it up for today. Here are our full picks for this Thursday at Aqueduct. Race number 1. I think the 3-horse one, right?
no, 4.
4-horse one, then the 1-horse one. Here's the way we see the rest of the card today. Really, I don't know how much value there's going to be found there. So pick your spots wisely, folks. Today, some of the bets that we have made where I think there might be some value. Race 3, I'm going to go with the long shot 1. I don't know if that'll mean anything. In race number 4, a little bit of a trifecta action. Race 5, we have our pick 4s. Race 6, nothing. Race 7, Terry's got his best bet. I'm going to go a little different. Nothing in race number 8. Again, tomorrow, 4 and Fridays for Tom and I at Randwick. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, before you start prepping for next week already?
Well, I hope everybody's going to have a good day today and stay safe and enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And enjoy this weekend. And I'll see you on Monday.
Yes, indeed. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this terrific Terry Hay Thursday, we certainly hope it's filled with God's grace, God's favor, and everything you do until we meet again ends up in the
winner's circle.
Yes, indeed. Make it a blessed Thursday. See ya later, Private Ross. Let me hit the right button now so that I can hit the bye-bye screen.